They say that out of all the world's languages, there exists only one that is considered to be universal to all cultures. Capable of both dividing and uniting massive groups of people, this golden language is music. Now, if only I wasn't complete trash, I thought to myself, slouching in front of my gray plastic MIDI keyboard in my music room, staring blankly at the wall in front of me. The early morning light peered through my ivory white colored curtains and landed directly onto the keys in front of me, illuminating tiny floating specks of dust on its way. Outside the window, I could hear the faint whoosh of cars driving through the neighborhood, intermixed with the occasional birdsong. My environment was as tranquil and serene as could be, which was, of course, the ultimate antithesis to the sounds coming out of my speakers. I took a brief break from wallowing in self-hatred and looked down at my hands. They were shaky and tense. My attempt to rekindle the flame of music was not looking good. I sat there for a solid 30 minutes, my music software open to a blank canvas. Ideas simply weren't coming to me like they used to, and I knew that I needed to find a spark. Upset, I decided to stop practicing my own music and instead began listening to the works of others. For the next 2 hours, I did nothing but study the music of those before me, everything from jazz giants like Coltrane and Davis to hip-hop heavyweights like Dilla and Nujabes. And suddenly, there it was, the spark. It was a moment similar to the time Jaffe from the Dharma Bums abruptly leaped into the air and straight across the room towards Ray Smith. In that moment, it was as if I had become enlightened, for lack of a better word. I knew exactly what I had to do. I immediately fired up my software again and got to work. After hours of tireless work, the clock read 12 a.m. It was finally complete, my first song in months. Going back through the final mix of the song, I felt at ease. I couldn't remember the last time I achieved a level of peace quite like this, feeling like the Buddha from Siddhartha, who was described as having an unwithering light and untouchable peace. The core meaning of Hess and Kerouac's respective stories is finding and achieving one's own definition of enlightenment and peace. For Siddhartha, it was the elimination of the self and the discovery of the Atman, as shown by his retainment of the secret knowledge of the self, of his eternal entity, which is neither body nor consciousness. For Ray Smith, it was reaching the top of the mountain with Jaffe and realizing that you can't fall off a mountain. For me, it was breaking through my plateau and creating my first song in months, successfully communicating through the language of music.